and welcome to the Common Sense Man's News and Talk Show on this Monday, the 15th of 2018. It is Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Hope most of you are enjoying this day. Take the time, go see some parades in your area. This is a big day. He was a great man. Made incredible changes to this world. Hopefully we could move forward and do more for his legacy. Starting the news today, we're going to go to CNN. This news show, we're trying to discuss news from various sources from the internet and discuss it in a common sense way. Try to be neutral. I try to be neutral on everything. It may not come out that way, but I try. And you can send your comments, emails, to email commonsenseman@gmail.com, commonsenseman@gmail.com with a K, Common with a K, or call in on Skype, 805-994-0606, 805-994-0606. Let's discuss some of these topics. Let's get this thing rolling. Okay, back to CNN, starting with CNN. The biggest thing on CNN is from Ivana Trump. That's Trump's ex-wife, saying that he is not a racist. He may say silly things, but he is not a racist. And that's her opinion. And I'm not sure if he's a racist. He does say some things that are pretty off the wall. But again, I've never met the man, so who knows? Who knows? Moving a little bit more to the right on the CNN news, a Russian envoy accuses U.S. of destabilizing the world. Russian foreign minister berates USA for destabilizing the world. That's a very interesting thing, and I believe that is partly true because a lot of the rest of the world, they see the U.S. based on whatever President Trump does. So whatever he does, that's how they see the whole U.S., and unfortunately, that's not true, in my opinion. Moving away from CNN, we got a lot to cover here. Let's go over to Fox News. State of Disunion is the topic there, the top headline, and what that is saying is a lot of the Democrats are planning on boycotting Mr. Trump's State of the Union. Kind of childish. I don't know why you would do that. It seems like politics in general are kind of childish. The way the different, the left, the right, and all this stuff it seems to be a childish deal. But I don't know. I think they should attend it just to see what he has to say. What else there is going on Fox? Very interesting here. Americans traveling to North Korea told to draft a will and plan their funeral. Visiting North Korea, draft a will and make funeral plans. State Department says that basically if you're going there...
Just in on the North Korea crisis, Vice President
Pence. That's what they're saying. If you go to North Korea, which I didn't even know you could go there, but you can, you may not come back. So maybe that is some good words of advice. Draft a will or something like that to, just in case. Who knows? Moving over to CNBC, their top news story. It's a picture of Donald Trump, and it says, Trump says, I'm not a racist, and keeps door open for possible DACA deal. That is the immigration deal they've been talking about. He did an interview with a guy, and he says, I am the least racist person you've ever interviewed. I can tell you that. So he's defended himself once again of not being a racist. Well, I'm going to give you some words of advice, Donald Trump. If you don't want to be perceived as a racist, don't say any type of racist things, because a lot of things you say can be taken in as being racist. So that's my opinion on that. Real quick, bad story. A casino shuttle boat off Florida's Gulf Coast burned, and there was one death. The lady did die in that, so unfortunately. Now we're adding some news today from USA Today. I figured we'd add USA Today. I think they're kind of a neutral deal on there. Floor collapses in Jakarta Stock Exchange. Dozens hurt. That's just one of the headlines. Donald Trump deal in here and addressing MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day. Trump MLK Day address. Don't judge people by how they look or where they come from. Don't judge people by how they look or where they come from. Seems like he judged people from where they come from when he did said the alleged shithole country remark. That wasn't that good, Donald. I bet you wish you could retract that one. Another thing on USA Today is, if you haven't seen it already, that plane that skidded off the runway in Turkey. It is freaking hanging off on a cliff, about to go into the ocean. That is serious shit there. I was going to get to that one in the Travel Leisure News, but it's on here on USA Today, the newly added news source that we've added to our little repertoire here. Okay, moving over to sports. There's only one thing in sports, and if you haven't seen it, you better Google it, go on something, go on ESPN.com, whatever, because I've already watched it like 10 times, and that is the miracle TD by the Vikings with 10 seconds to go. The throw to Tyrell Diggs for 61 yards. It's amazing. It's crazy. Listen to it with the Vikings announcers. It gives you the chills. I'm getting the chills right now just thinking about it. It was just crazy, and that's all we're going to touch on sports, because that's all it needs to be, because that was the shit yesterday. Moving over to TMZ, Entertainment News. Just real quick, Jay-Z locks down J-Bo from the story of OJ. I guess he has some cartoon with his face as a cartoon character. It's called J-Bo. He's going to, I guess, work on making that a cartoon. I don't know much about it. I'm not going to read about much into that. It's not that big a deal. Danielle Brigola claps back at DJ Suede. He's nobody without me. Okay, I don't know either of them are, but if you're interested, you could go on TMZ and read more about that. Here's a big one. Dennis Rodman. We all remember Dennis Rodman. He's on probation during a DUI arrest, so jail likely. He was on probation from another incident, and now he got arrested for DUI. He's looking at possibly 2 years in prison. 2 years in prison. Holy shit, that's going to suck for you, Mr. Rodman. And on a good note, on TMZ, you're going to want to look at this, especially the guys, and girls too. Kate Upton, and the quote is "Memba," these curves, and it's some photos of her just recent shoot in lingerie. I highly recommend that everybody goes and checks it out, because it's definitely worth it. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Let's go to Travel Leisure. Travel Leisure. I always like to end on Travel Leisure because I'm a big Travel Leisure fan. For all you wanting to go to space, Virgin Galactic is months away from beginning tourists taking them to space, and you should look at that on Travel Leisure News. The aircraft is just unreal looking. So they're saying by the end of the year that could be happening. Another thing in Travel Leisure News, which I thought interesting because I've been doing this for the last probably year and a half, is saunas, because saunas are very big in Finland. There are over 2 million saunas in Finland with a 5.3 million population. And apparently 30 minutes a day in a dry sauna can lower blood pressure and all kinds of other stuff for dementia, hypertension, cardiac death. It's just amazing what it can do for you. So it's maybe something you want to add to your workout at the end. I do it at the end of the workout. I usually do 15 to 20 minutes, but now that I see 30 minutes, I may step out and come back in because it does get freaking hot in there. That's it. We're going to end this Martin Luther King Day on that note, on a healthy note. All you listeners, please subscribe to the Common Sense Man's News and Talk Show. I would appreciate it. Let's get this thing built up. Let's get people calling in. Let's discuss these issues. Let's get people together, because I think everybody is very close together. We have a lot of similar views, but there's things that separate us, and we got to get to the bottom of that and make this world a better place. Have a great Monday, as I myself am going to have a great Monday, so enjoy it. Thank you.